Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
Hello and welcome to My Hometown. My name is Bill Horan. I'm here with my co-host, Nassau Community College student Matt Leonard, coming to you live via Zoom and being socially distant as recommended.
Today we're going to learn about Big Brothers Big Sisters of Long Island, a nonprofit organization that provides children facing adversity strong relationships that change their lives for the better.
Let's learn more by welcoming to our show Meredith Michaels, their Director of Development, and Fabiola Turner, their Director of Programs. Meredith and Fabiola, welcome to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
Thank you.
Now, Meredith, let's start with you. I'm going to be asking you because it's so prevalent today. In light of the COVID-19 pandemic, has the virus affected you personally?
Personally, sure. I think everyone could say that it's affected them personally in some capacity. Our world is different right now, and everything from personal life to home life to the way we're shopping and doing things socially or socially distanced, the work environment, it's all changed. Thankfully, I didn't have anyone personally affected by COVID. However, there were many people around me that, faced a lot of, challenges with that. So I think we're all adapting to different challenges that it's thrown our way.
And Fabiola, how about you?
Similar to Meredith, we're just really trying to adapt. It's a new world that we're just discussing how, COVID has impacted how we interact with each other, how we engage, how we work, how we go out to eat. So really, similar to Meredith, it really has, we're just trying to adapt to this new normal.
Just do your best and then survive the new normal. I guess that's the motto for today. Matt?
My first question to either of you is, what exactly is a big brother or big sister, and what kind of activities would they do with, the person they're working with?
So a big brother and big sister, basically, they're the volunteers that we have pre-screened and identify that they're appropriate to meet out in the community, engage with an at-risk youth. So we call all our mentors big. So if they're male, they're big brother. If they're female, they're big sister. And really, they engage in different type of activities. It's really a fun thing to do. If you're into, well, not necessarily now movies, but if you're into the outdoors, if you're into, doing educational things, if you're into science, if you're into math, if you're into, just sports, we can help really identify and match you with a youth that you can kind of go out and engage in activities that you normally would have interacted with your friends with.
Fabiola, what would you say is the mission of the Big Brothers and Big Sisters?
It's really to ignite the power and the potential of youth. Our purpose is really to make sure that we provide each child that's in our program with an opportunity to have a healthy and appropriate development.
Now, on a day-to-day basis, so what would you focus on if you're working with them? Is there certain activities, or is it once a week, once a month, once a year?
So it's a 1-year commitment, but most of our volunteers, the average is 3 years that they're staying on with their mentee. Each of the littles have a specific goal that they must follow. So if they come into our program needing educational support, so volunteers will help them and really provide activities around those that need. So it's really individualized. Each of our program and is individualized according to the need of the child that's participating, and that is matched to the volunteer.
And the volunteer, about how much time do they spend with them? Is it a weekly basis or a monthly?
We ask for 2 times per month, about average 4 hours for each visit. So they're spending about 8 hours a month together.
Okay. Oh, that's a pretty good amount of time.
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
What support have you guys been able to provide to families during the pandemic?
We've been very fortunate throughout this entire the last few months to have a lot of support from our donors and from our volunteers that, we're looking for ways to give back and help these families that were already having different challenges and struggles, but were faced with a lot more during COVID. So we thankfully did have a lot of people step up and make financial contributions. They donated gift cards, things like that really were very valuable to the families and the children that we serve. So thankfully, during the really challenging and difficult times when our country was almost shut down, we still had a lot of people generously giving and helping us fund the need for a lot of these extra resources that these families were seeking. So even though our events were put on hold and our fundraising took a shift, we really made it about helping the families 100%. So if you gave $10 went right back to a family in need, and so on and so forth. And we've been able to continuously support those families and provide them with resources, including technology for home learning, virtual learning, tablets, things like that. So we stepped a little outside of our normal realm of what we provide, which is one-to-one mentoring. And we were able to give these families truly what they needed during the times that they were most in need.
Meredith, I heard you mention gift cards, and I think that's a great idea. I've heard that before from groups that someone gets a gift card, for instance, to a supermarket or to a major store like a Target. They can get food, they can get health products, they can get clothing, baby products, or for seniors, whatever they might need. So that sounds like a great way, I guess, if someone wants to donate.
Absolutely. And right now, I think people feel comfortable knowing that they can still support, but maybe they want to mail in a gift card or they drop them off. And we're able to either buy the things that the families need or just give them gift cards to shop for the stuff that they know they need. And honestly, as you said, you know, we have so many locations around Long Island, all different grocery stores, Target, Walmart, you know, you name it, they're in need of it. So if you are looking to support and maybe coming out isn't a top choice for you right now, or raising funds isn't an option, but you'd like to donate a gift card at any level, we fully appreciate that. And that is really used year round. And especially during the holiday season and throughout the times when these families have some of their, more challenging times of the year.
Do you see how good we are? We snuck in a commercial for a gift and nobody even knows it.
You guys are smooth.
There we are. Fabiola, what programs have you focused on during COVID, and how are you adapting to this now that, we've been involved in it for several months? It seems like it's going to go on a while. What's changed about life?
So really, the heart of our program has been the one-to-one engagement, the one-to-one mentoring, having the volunteer take the child out. Obviously, with COVID and social distance, we really had to adapt to this, as you mentioned, new normal. So we really been pushing out a lot of virtual engagement. So we encourage the volunteers and the littles to communicate virtually, go to the movies together virtually, museum virtually. So a lot of virtual interaction as well as outdoor engagement. With the weather still being pretty nice, we've been encouraging the matches to go out fishing, to go for a walk, to go hiking. But one of the things that we've really been focusing on as an agency is really providing our littles with STEAM programming. Obviously, with COVID and a lot of them having to modify how they learn in school through virtual or hybrid programs, we felt that as an agency, they needed additional support. So one of the programs that we have been pushing out is offering them opportunity to engage in more educational programs that support their educational, to help them thrive further and adapt to what they're currently getting at school.
Fabiola, I kid people that, for years when we went to a doctor's office, we used to make jokes about the word patient. You have to be patient because you'll sit there for an hour. Well, now when we go to a doctor's office, we're in and out. You text them from the parking lot sometimes, but it's usually very crisp and things are moving quickly. Are there any items or programs or just activities that you found that you've done differently and now they're actually even better because they've cut out the downtime or the wasted time?
So we had a site-based program. It was more of a group mentoring program that we actually went via Zoom, and we felt that through patience and a few tweaking are excelling tremendously. We were able to have 10 youth at a time interact and engage in the educational and fun activity virtually with their mentor. So that's been one of the programs that we've seen is really thriving in this current climate.
So like everybody else, we're all learning and getting better.
Yes.
It's good to hear. Matt?
I just want to quickly remind our audience, you are listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. I'm Matt Leonard along with Bill Horan, and today we're learning about Big Brothers Big Sisters of Long Island, a nonprofit organization that provides children facing adversity with strong relationships that change their lives for the better, with our guests, Meredith Michaels, the Director of Development, and Fabiola Turner, the Director of Programs. Now, my next question is, if this were a normal year, like no pandemic, none of that stuff, no social distancing going on, what is an example of an average program you offer and how would it work exactly?
Well, the in-person site-based program, we have different sector where we work with, we take youth from middle school, elementary school. We would transport them to a workplace, or we will transport them to university, or we'll have high school students serve as mentor to those youth. So they will be bused from their high school to their local elementary, where they can serve as a big to middle schoolers. Unfortunately, because of the epidemic, school really focusing on virtual learning, that really has impacted our ability to really provide site-based, school-based programming.
Fabiola, will you be rolling out new digital programs for the children in the different groups that you have?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, our focus is really being on rolling out STEM and STEAM programs for the youth that we're participating in. We're really looking for volunteers who have a passion for science, passion for math, passion for working with children. And we want to have those volunteers be matched to our youth who are currently on our waiting list to really serve as mentors, where they can really interact virtually or in person.
When you mentioned about mentors, I'm just wondering, is there any type of background that you find that's better for a mentor? Is it a retired accountant? Is it a teacher? Just someone who always wanted to be a teacher, a professor?
No, really, our program our focus is really finding friendship, developing friendship, building friendship, and supporting friendship. So just anyone who wants to develop and support a youth and is patient and is willing to go through it. We have a strenuous background check that we have to adhere to, and just really have a passion to really want to have an impact on a child's life. So it could be a teacher, it could be a student, a college student. It could be a retiree. It could be just anyone who wants to have an impact on any type of Long Island youth.
So this could be a whole new area for someone that maybe all their life they wanted to be a teacher, but they're a secretary, they're a nurse, they're doing something that is in a different field. Even virtually, they could do it from home on, I'm guessing, a Tuesday night or Saturday afternoon or Sunday at a time that you and they can work out together for the student. And it could be a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely. We really try to accommodate the time that the mentor is willing to allocate to the program and to the youth. We built activities around, weekends in the evenings, because we understand people are working, they're very busy. So most of our programming are usually occurring on the weekends or in the evening. So just really anyone in any field who enjoy working with children and really want to have an impact and help a youth who's experiencing challenges.
Yeah, and we have, mentors of all ages and backgrounds and interests and experiences. And I think that's what makes us such a diverse organization, because we are able to match so many mentors and mentees for a really strong, thriving relationship. And as Fabiola said, it's really all about passion and finding someone that wants to give back and wants to have that impact on a child's life and be that consistency in their life and just share in things together. And I think that she really said it best. It's about friendship. And I think you can talk to any of our bigs and they would say the same thing, that they're their friend and they go to each other with things that are happy and sad, and they get through these times together. So I think friendship and just someone who cares about wanting to give back and make a change in someoe's life it would be a fantastic candidate to, learn more about our program. And you can also visit our website, which is bbbsli.org, to learn more about becoming a little in the program, all of the ways that you can support, donate, get involved. Our website really has a lot of information there. So we encourage people to visit there as a starting point to learn more about, how they can get involved with our organization.
And let me ask you also, I'm thinking we talk about the mentor, or I guess that's the big when you talk about it, the adult.
Yes.
How does a child, become part of your organization? Is it usually through a single parent, or is it just someone who says they need a male or a female image in their life? Or where do you get the littles, so to speak?
The littles come from everywhere, from every background, just really any child that's in need of adult friendship. So it could be a child from a single parent household. It could be a child whose parents are divorcing and they're having a hard time adjusting. It could be an honored child, but socially they do not have, some challenges with friendship. So we really here, our doors are open to servicing any kid that feels that they need a friendship, someone that can be a sense of strength, someone that they can listen to, that they can talk to, and just really be there for them long term.
And I think that's so important today, because you go out in the street and it's not like when I was growing up, there was 20 kids playing kickball or football in the street. Sometimes you have to look for that kid friendship or someone, and sometimes they're just not even nearby. Sometimes it's geographic, or where you live, they might be too far away to get to them at a reasonable time. So it's a great service that you're offering.
Yeah,
Matt?
especially now with our current climate with kids, they would prefer to be indoors. So really, most of our mentees are coming from, everywhere on Long Island, and they just really want to get involved and participate and just really have someone who can be there for them and really just have fun with. And really encourage them to really leave their house, leave the video games, and go out there and explore and experience the world that many of our kids don't have opportunity to do.
Are the big volunteers alone with the littles, and is that why the background check is so extensive before they become one of the bigs?
Yeah, so any volunteer, any individual who has a passion for children can come to us and register to try to be a mentor. We do interviews, we pre-screen them, we interview them and provide extensive training along with the background check just to determine and make sure that they are appropriate to be able to meet and engage with a child. But yes, they are out in the community independently, but they do have support throughout the entire relationship. We have a mass support specialist that communicates with them on an ongoing basis, provide them with support, information, ideas on how to help support the youth that they're working with, what activities that are happening in the community, ways to really solidify the relationship.
Meredith, you're handling the fundraising, and that must be one of the toughest things in the pandemic world we're living in. So many people are living in an uncertain environment. They don't know where geographically or job-wise they might be tomorrow or the next day after that. What can you tell us about the fundraising for your organization?
Yeah, so it certainly is a challenging time to fundraise. However, we have such an incredible infrastructure of supporters and leadership and board members that really have stepped up to support and give where they can. And of course, we've had to modify a lot of things. We were very much an organization that hosted a lot of fundraising events throughout the year. And right now, it's just not a place that people are comfortable kind of getting back to just yet. So we are adapting. We are doing things virtually. We have virtual campaigns throughout the year. We have a really fantastic holiday program that takes place in December every year, and it helps sponsor the holidays for the children. We have an annual gal outing in June, an annual gala in the fall. So we are still going to be hosting some of our marquee events. And then, of course, we're implementing some virtual event opportunities for people to support. And what's great is that even though there are no events to necessarily attend, the need is still there, and we still have these programs that need to be funded so that we can have a thriving program and that we can support the bigs and the littles and give them activities and resources so that they can still connect and have these memorable moments, even if they are while wearing masks or socially distanced. So even though things, are looking different, we still need to keep moving forward and raise funds, because it's now more than ever super valuable that these children feel supported. So we're very thankful that it's 2020 and there are many modern opportunities for virtual fundraising and the tools to do that in a seamless fashion. So we're being forced to become a little bit more modern in what we use as well. But we have great leadership supporting those decisions, and we're excited because this allows us to try new things and be creative, and that's a positive in my opinion. So events are different, fundraising is different, but we have to keep staying positive and pushing forward and raising those funds because the children still need it and Big Brothers Big Sisters still needs it.
Meredith, I'm going to reach out to our audience and say if anybody's listening and looking for a cause that you'd like to work for whether it's your business or you're a teacher in school or you have a class, this is a great opportunity to get involved, to do something worthwhile. And while we all kind of focus on the negative during these times, this is such a great opportunity to pick up the pieces and say, this is what I want to do. And whatever cause it is, of course, today it's Big Brothers, Big Sisters. But if you want to work on things, get in touch with Meredith or Fabiola, talk to them. I'm sure there's some opportunity there. You're going to feel better. You're not going to dwell on the negative, and you can come out of this in the most, meaning our audience, in the most positive fashion and help a youth and help the organization. So what could be better than that? So now we got a second commercial in for you. We're really working. Matt, come on, keep working hard.
You are listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. I'm Matt Leonard along with my co-host Bill Horan, and today we're talking about Big Brothers Big Sisters of Long Island, a nonprofit organization that provides children facing adversity with strong relationships that change their lives for the better, with our guests Meredith Michaels, the Director of Development, and Fabiola Turner, the Director of Programs. And my question is, you guys keep talking about these terms, bigs and littles, and we know that means mentors and mentees, but what are the exact age groups for the bigs and the littles in your program?
To be a mentor, a big, anyone who's 18 and older. To be a little, you have to enroll. In order to enroll in our program, you have to be between the ages of 7 and 16. But we keep our littles until the first year of college. So they go beyond 19 years old, but to enroll is between 7 and 16.
And some of the new ways that you're doing things, are there any events or things coming up that you're really excited about? And as we said, sometimes it's a negative event in the society causes us to develop new ways of doing things, new innovations. Is there anything that you're really looking forward to or want the audience to know about?
Sure. I mean, on the fundraising side of things, we're rolling out a lot more virtual events, which in some cases, that's easier for people. They could sit at home in their pajamas and still support a charity and do it in the comforts of their own home without having to come out on a weeknight. So for that, we are happy that we have some virtual events that people can support throughout the year. And you could visit our website, bbbsli.org, to learn about those events. And then on the program side, it's great because we have rolled out a lot of new events that we've never done before. We're going to be doing outdoor movie nights and different, programs that adapt to the need to kind of be safely distanced, but also that offer fun and exciting activities for the kids to participate in, virtual STEM programs. So we're excited about all these new and innovative ways that we're adapting, and we know that we will continue to implement and roll out as many new things as we can to keep things exciting and fresh and to keep those funders happy.
Meredith, you mentioned STEM programs. Am I correct? That stands for science, technology, engineering, and math?
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that your STEM, and what I want to say to our audience, again, if we have people out there, maybe either students who are interested in those subjects or people who are already established a career, either as a teacher, substitute teacher, or have an expertise, there's another area that they could be helpful and teach us all a few new tricks, right?
It's always good to have that kind of knowledge and educate us on new things, and down the road have events that, circle around those theme nights. We always like to offer new educational events and topics and discussions to our bigs and littles. So we're always open to learn more about an area that you're passionate about to see if we can implement it into one of our own events.
Are you guys still seeking mentors and volunteer support? And if so, how can people learn more so they can really get involved?
Yes, we're always looking for volunteers, especially now. We're really in the need of male volunteers, female volunteers. As Meredith mentioned, please, you can check out our website or call our number, which is 516-731-7800, extension 212.
Let me ask you a question. I've heard something about scholarships. Do you offer scholarships to the students?
So the children that are in our program, the littles in our program, there are scholarship opportunities every year. Been so fortunate to have some really generous funding and an endowment in place that does allow us to distribute scholarships to people in our program. So we hope to continue that. That's something that our board is very passionate about. Our agency is very passionate about. And we awarded 11 students this past year. And every year that number changes, but it's something that we're really proud of and that we hope to continue supporting.
11 scholarships is pretty impressive to me hearing that. I thought if you said one, it would be impressive. But to be able to offer a scholarship, especially in the environment we're all in today, we can all use that little bit extra, and maybe that extra job we were counting on isn't there. So another good point to bring up. Matt?
I know you also run clothing drives to pick up gently used clothing and other small household items. What is that exactly used for in your program?
So our donation center is a really thriving force that our agency has as one form of its revenue generating. There's a lot more that you can read on our website about how the items are used. But just to keep it simple, we have a really great partnership with Savers, which is a thrift shop on Long Island. And they actually work with us to purchase these donated items, which are then sold at the thrift shops, but we are given the funding for it so that we can purchase new things for the children. Instead of just giving them clothes or hand-me-down items, we're able to buy them new things, school supplies, winter coats, holiday gifting, different resource programs throughout the year. And of course, it helps us fund, most of our programming as well. So all of those donated items, keep them coming. They have huge value to our organization. We have trucks that will pick up from your home. We have donation bins all over Long Island. You can learn more, schedule a pickup, sign up to learn where there are bins to drop off, because we really appreciate anyone that donates to our donation center, and we certainly have a lot of value there. So thank you to all those that have continued to. I know during COVID, there was a lot of people purging and cleaning out their houses and getting rid of a lot of stuff. So we appreciate people being patient as we were inundated for a few months. But please visit our website to learn a little bit more about how those are used, the breakdown of it, and how to schedule a pickup.
Meredith, I heard you say that you will pick up the items, which one is a great thing because for a lot of people that is a problem. Are there some items we would not think of and say, oh, they wouldn't want this, but really it can be a good seller for you and a good moneymaker? Is there something you want to alert us to?
Sure. Right now, just given the times that we're in, we are limiting what we're picking up right now to clothing, fabrics, and shoes. However, that is ever changing based on the space we have in our warehouse and the trucks that we have out on our routes. But on any given day, they will accept pretty much anything from household items, small appliances, clothing, linens, towels, accessories, shoes, children's toys, anything like that. The only thing we are unable to accept are medical supplies and furniture because we just don't have the space to accommodate.
Sounds fair enough. I'm sorry we have to wrap up, but I think you've given us some great ideas, and especially those donations. It makes it easy for all of us, and we feel good doing it. I'd like our audience to know that we've been speaking with Meredith Michaels, the Director of Development, and Fabiola Turner, the Director of Programs at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Long Island. Meredith and Fabiola, good luck to you in the organization, and please keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
I'm Bill Horan. I'm here with Matt Leonard. We thank you for listening to this week's special edition of My Hometown.
We like to get your feedback on My Hometown. Send your comments to WHPC at ncc.edu. Nassau Community College, where success starts and continues. Till next time, this is Bill St. James. And remember, there's no town like your hometown.